What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Lightworks Gaming, and welcome to the call center. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, just kind of brainstorming some ideas. I don't know, I might have been watching something on TV, but I had this idea with all these simulator games that's out. I wonder if there's a simulator game that's based off of, working a certain type of a job, like a call center. So I went on Steam and I kind of did some searching, and I found like three games that were kind of focused on the call center kind of thing. This one, I think, looked maybe the best of the three. I know there was another one I was looking at, but I went with this one to try out first. Without further ado, here we go. And I can't hear anything. I don't think it has any sound or something. Hold on. Settings. There's no sound settings. So, this might be a silent one. New game. No sound. Okay, so let's take these off, because I'll just have to throw in some of my own music, I guess. So it begins this career of regrets. Welcome to the call center. Seriously, how did they get away with such a lazy name like that for a company? We are very pleased to have you with us, and we happily welcome you into our family. Always claim that it's a family. Each and every single person that has been recruited here is here. Oh, I'm sorry. Each and every single person that has been recruited is here because they are special. You are special, and that is why you have been selected alongside with hundreds of other people. So again, welcome. Why do I already regret being here? As you are aware, your job here is to assist any customer who are experiencing technical issues with their broadband. With that said, I hope you have read every page of your training manual. Just nod and smile. Right. Now, before you head off and do this for real, I will let you know that on your first day, your performance will be monitored. And depending on how you do today will affect whether or not you will be able to stay in this job. Wow. Okay, then let's get you all set up for the real thing. I would like you to go take your seat at your desk and introduce yourself to your new working colleague. Best of luck. Oh my Lord. Hey, the name's Phil, and welcome to the call center. If you thought your life was bad up till now, then it's only going to get worse. Worse? Yes, abandon all hope, ye who enters here. Tell me, why did you apply for this job? Didn't have a job. So direct. Well, you see, no wait. Let me tell you why you applied for this job. He's going to tell me. There are only two types of people who come to work here. Those who never did it before, and those who have but can't escape the cycle of ending up in one call center after another. They leave because they have had enough and believe that they will find something better, but then out of need for money are back applying for a call center job. There's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. I am of the latter, and to think that when I had my interview, I said my greatest skills was playing video games. They said I must be familiar with technology, but then I told them that I never spoke to a single person over the phone or even in real life. That all it took? Welcome to the team. I'm Amanda. It's nice to meet you. Thanks. So how long have you worked here for? Oh, such a long time. 8 months now. That's that's long to some people. I can imagine how nervous you must feel on your first day. I remember my first day here. After the first few hours, I cried and cried. I had to go to the restroom to wipe my tears away and get myself composed. I told myself things aren't so bad and that I can do it. Then I cried some more, but I managed to get through my first day of work, and the first thing I did when I got home was cry myself to sleep. But on the second day, after crying my eyes out first thing when I woke up, decided to have a new attitude, and that here I still am. It's not a bad place to work, and I am sure you'll fit in nicely. Fit in nicely? What the heck is she talking about? This girl should be in therapy. God Lord. How this one fitting in? Oh please. Sebastian, don't be mean. Mean, ha, please. Just look at the newbie. I doubt you have what it takes to last at his. I doubt you have what it takes to last at his call center. Who the heck is this guy? I doubt you will be able to take the pressure of a call center. I wonder what will break you. Will it be the irate customer, the long hours, not knowing what to do, always worrying about your stats? They are kind of spot on with this stuff. They are kind of spot on with this stuff. Listen here, I am a veteran of this job. I've seen it all, and I am on a different level to you and most others in this call center. How long have you been here for? 1 year. Look, if you wish to survive, then give this job everything you have. Absolutely not. And speaking of which, it seems it time to log on and take calls. Good luck. Can I have a minute? Sheesh. So yes, I've heard stuff like that, like with the young lady crying. I ain't never heard nobody do all that kind of crying, but I know people that broke working at call centers and having to deal with customers and the kind of rude, messed up stuff that they will say and the things that happen. And yeah, call centers could be better. Normally, if you're lucky, you get like 2 to 4 weeks of training, which the longer the training, the better it is to make that transition. If you have anxiety like I do, and I have social anxiety, I hate having to be talk on the phone. I would much rather text or things of that nature, but calling, and that's anyways, a lot of this stuff is true. Customer service reps breaking down over stuff they have to endure, the hours, yes, having to try to deal with irate people on the phone, and you have to pretty much be a punching bag for customers who have an issue with whatever, right? And it takes a lot of getting used to, if you can even get used to it. I think the longest I was on a call center job was probably a few months. I'm not gonna lie, it was a few months. This is as far as I went. And okay, hold on, we got a call on the line. Okay, can you hear? I wonder. It says, can you hear me? good. Because why is there no? Please tell me that I'm experiencing some kind of technical difficulty, because we need voices. I will volunteer to be a voice actor for this game so we can get some sounds, some voices and whatnot. Because this is perfect right here. Because today I am your worst darn nightmare. I'm going to ruin your life. I mean, dang it. Why? Why isn't... See, you can't... You know what I'm saying? And I can't be extra loud up in here. But I would love to, at least to hear that, hear the why? Why isn't my internet working? Dang it. Who the heck do you think you are? And what the heck are you gonna do about it? Answer me, god dang it. Hang up in fear. Okay, see, this ain't working because I don't have nothing to work with. I don't have I don't even know what I'm selling. But from what I can tell now, we are either some kind of internet provider or we cell phone provider, something. Have you tried turning your router off? No, see, this is a perfect example, because you have to try and help people with stuff, and you have to, most jobs, when you're doing what is it called, troubleshooting, when you have to do something like that, you always kind of have to start with the basic stuff that is common knowledge for most people, but you still have to start there. And we already know where this is about to go. He's about to be like, yeah, of course I tried that. Have you tried turning your router off and on again? I am going to that, and you better. Oh, okay. So they didn't do it. They didn't. Okay. I'm going. We need some grammar check. I'm going to do that, and you better pray that it works, or else I am coming to your workplace and I'm going to. This is real. Okay, fine. It works now, dang it. Right. Thank God. Are the customers getting you down? I only answered one call, honey. They are. Though I've noticed that you seem to always be in a cheerful mood. It comes with a job. That is when you've done it as long as I have. Again, that's only 8 months. When you've been a call center agent for this long, you become immune to all the insults that the customer throws at you. You've heard it all before. Yeah. And that's true, but after a while, it can wear you down overall. Unless you are, again, yeah, if you that type that can, and I think, I'm trying not to do all this talking, but if you are the type of person that's able to kind of change your outlook on the whole thing, like the customers aren't necessarily mad at you, they're mad at the service provider, whatever, they just want to throw something at someone. You know what I'm saying? If you have that mental capacity, then yeah, you can do this easy peasy and just, whatever. But it's tough. It depends. It varies from job to job, because some call centers, they want you to be authentic. They want you to, show compassion and empathy for whatever. And sometimes that's how people get caught up, because they try to empathize with customers, and then they end up taking stuff personally. I can smile away sweetly, irregardless of what I am being called over the phone. I even find this job has made me very tough in my personal life. It can do that. No matter what I have to go through, I have a strong mind. I know to put on a fake smile, control my rage, and hold my tongue. Now, sarcasm is my choice of weapon. And it's all thanks to this job. And that's something that people do too. She needs therapy. Color on the line. See, I think this game would be fire if there was some sound and voice acting. Hello, I have a problem with my internet and I am not happy about it. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Goodbye. Why are they giving me the option to do that? You know I'm gonna get in trouble for that. The number you have dialed is not in service. I'm so sorry to hear that, sir. I will try and fix the problem for you. Someone that sounds this nice, at least from what I'm the way it reads, it sounds nice. You know, they're not freaking out. Good, because I have been waiting for a while now on the phone for someone to pick up. It's called a queue for a reason. Now, I'll say this, because we keep having these options, and the top options are rude as heck. Call centers, you can't do that. You can't be rude. You can't be hanging up on people, just doing whatever you want to, for as far as I know. At least the ones I worked at. You can't do that stuff because you will get fired, and now you're in trouble. Now, if you don't care, if money is no object, you know, you're not concerned about the money, you're just there for the thrills, do whatever, right? I feel like some people that are able to do these jobs and kind of hold on to these jobs are people that, again, they are able to separate themselves from the job, and it's, you know, they don't care. When you don't have to, when you're not expected to empathize with people, whatever, then you can just, you know, and you can tell there are places where if you have to call a customer service line for certain companies, you can tell they don't care. It don't matter what you say to them. I am so sorry to hear that, and I thank you for your patience. So what needs to be done then? I forgot what the issue was. Most internet issues tend to sort themselves out. I recommend you be patient till then. Have you tried turning your router off and on again? Okay, it works now, thanks. Okay, that's cool. Can have another conversation. Yep. Now, why the long face? What do you think? You know you should be grateful to be here. Shut up. Call centers are places of camaraderie. You are surrounded by some of the happiest people around. Yeah, okay, maybe. Each of whom take joy in the chemistry of their team. It is for your fellow colleague that you do your best for just as much as it is for the customers. Okay. Everyone that is here because they have not been judged for who they once were.
What?
Right. Old, young, college educated or not, worked in the call center before or not, or a not, previously employed or not, it does not matter, for all are welcome in the call center world. In a sense, yes, because they just want people. Yada yada yada. Right? Why is he so passionate? How do people like him exist? Is this what happens when you work in a call center for too long? Maybe. Oh, please, it isn't about being non-discriminatory. Where did this mean? Wow. Everybody up in here is a jerk, except for that girl. Well, call centers are so desperate for workers that they will employ for the. Now there's some truth to that. There is some truth to that. Don't have a degree, good. You don't need one. Have a degree, great. You just spent all that time and money only to learn that you never needed it since you get a better call center anyway. If you're young, great. You don't know that there's something better out there. If you're old, great. And it's too late for you to find something better. In the end, there are no requirements for a job like this. There's a lot of truth to that. It's basic entry level stuff, meaning that just about anyone can get in. A meat grinder can grind anything. Caller on the line. Here I am wasting my time talking to you because the price of my internet has just gone up. Tell me, why am I paying more now for the same service? You best tell me what this is all about before I cancel everything. Apologize or empathize. Are these not the same thing? Oh, this sounds just like the script. This is the kind of stuff that you have to say. I understand how you feel. No one wants to look at their bill and find out that they are paying more for a service than they were before. You sound like a robot. See? Yep. You sound like a robot talking. Do you know that? Yeah, because we all have to say stuff like that. Act like a robot. Remind her of the great service provided so far. Bring up the contract. There's no contract for me to look at. I don't have no background information. Claiming to be better than the competition. Make something up. I feel like a lot of this is, well, okay. Reminder of the great service. Bring up the contract. That sounds cruel. Like you signed on the dotted line, and yeah. Claim to be better than competition. That's not necessarily a great thing. Make something up. I have no idea what this guy would think up, so I'm not gonna leave it to him. I'm just gonna do it. Please do not cancel. I would like to remind you of the great service that you have experienced with us so far, and surely you would agree that a small increase in payment is worth the continual quality experience. Transfer me to cancel. Look, and that's the thing too. It's like you can't save them all. It don't matter what you come up with. Some people just don't. They're not going to be pleased, right? Especially with something like that. Now, again, I have no background information on what this service is or what it's providing or anything like that. The game doesn't provide anything like that, so I have nothing to go on. If that's how you feel, then I'll transfer you to cancellation. That's just how you do it. Now, that kind of brings me to the next point, which is what they said earlier about the other thing that makes these jobs difficult is that they all, for the most part, have this quality or this stat thing where they want you to empathize with a customer, but they also want you to be quick about it, right? They're worried about time because you got to answer more calls, you got to get more customers, so it's contradicting. You're supposed to take the time to talk to the customer, to hear them out, to make sure that you're giving them the best service, but you got to do it in a rush, which you're not. It's like you have to be, I don't know, but you have stats, right? And the stats are the things that, again, there's one more weight that you have to carry doing a job like this. And it's this thing that just, yeah, it ruins it, really. Because that's why customers are upset with with the customer service, because they feel like they're being rushed, which in a way they are, because we can't stay on the phone for too long. We gotta hurry up. We gotta rush and get you out, get you on your way. So anyways, I don't remember who Phil. I think Phil was the first guy. Fine, take me to court then. It would not say that. If you think I'm scared of you, try and sue me then. I'm not afraid of the financial regulatory system or the correct business conduct association. Okay. And okay. Hi. Look, I'm trying to get onto certain websites and they are blocked.
Huh?
For some reason, I can't get onto them. I think you know what I'm talking about. Yes. So get me back on those sites. This man has no shame. Oh well, let's see if I remember something about this. Of course I don't. Of course I don't. I best ask my colleague. What? Well, I guess some people might not know. If you're blocked on a certain website, it's usually self-inflicted. Something that you done did to block yourself from it. So you have to turn off a certain, what is it? Restriction, content restriction, whatever that's called. That's something that you kind of have to do through your whatever browser you're using. Unless this is something different. Oh yeah, sometimes extra internet security is provided to some customers without them knowing about it. Knowing about how it blocks those feelings. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. All you had to do was disable the extra security. Now I can't talk right. All you had to do is disable the extra internet security program. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Well, maybe. Where the actual provider is blocking stuff. I almost clicked that. Okay. So, inquire about the site he's trying to. Why would. We could. Should we? I mean, this is a game after all. Or should we just disable the internet security? Like, what sites are you trying to get onto, sir? If you don't mind me asking. Let's just do the right thing. Okay, the overly protective security measures have been disabled, but it will take some time for the effect to take place. Oh, thank you. No thanks needed, please. No, really, I'm grateful. You're welcome. If only I could express my gratitude. Right. Please hang up. We actually told him to hang up. Yeah, that is Phil. Looking like you're struggling a little there. Yeah, right. I'm all right. I think I'm being reviewed on my performance. The fact that I could get fired is pressure that I don't need. You cannot be fearful of being fired. Oh, I said that out loud. Okay. Think of it like dying on a battlefield. You never know when your time will come. Maybe you will be shot straight away when you go over the trench. Maybe you will survive an artillery bombardment, only to then be killed by a stray bullet. You never know, hence why you battle on. Yeah. How long is this gonna go? I got a certain amount of calls per day. I want to cancel my services with you. So blunt, but I guess there's nothing I can do. You can ask why. I can't help but notice you got a cancellation call. Whatever you do, you must try to prevent a customer from canceling. It will look very bad if you just transfer him to cancellation without trying to prevent him from canceling. I will say this. After working at a call center for a certain amount of time, for me, I just start transferring. Okay, because you get tired of dealing with stuff like this and trying to keep the customer and trying to plead with them and do all this, that, and the other, and then they go off on you and all that. It got to a point where I was just so over it. I just can't. I'll just transfer them. You say what? You want just so I can get off the phone? Yeah, let me get you on over there. And I think that's the other thing that makes it difficult for some people. For me, especially, I can't doing the same thing repeatedly for hours. I can't do it. I gotta do different stuff throughout the day, especially if I'm going to be taking calls, something that I do not like in the first place. We ain't going. So this, I think, is what you would do. Is if someone calls in to cancel and you want to ask why they want to cancel, what's the issue? Maybe we can resolve it. May I ask what reason you wish to cancel your services with us? You may not. Oh, well, I love the remarks. I just wish they had a voice to them. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever got that before in real life. So at that point, we just gonna, if that's how you feel, then let me transfer you to cancellation. Psh, that's it. You're looking stressed out. I couldn't help but notice. Now this, I ain't never experienced that before, where you got, and I feel sorry for anyone who has to deal with coworkers like this that just keep coming up and, oh man, you look stressed out. Oh, you're doing terribly. You look bummed. You shut up. And you can tell by the expression on his face that this dude don't care. Okay. Stress is good to an extent. Is he kidding me? Being stressed out is proven to have many beneficial effects on one's abilities. Stress can boost one's brain power. Stress can make you act on your feet and respond to any situation with a sense of urgency. That is the healthy side of that, when you have that healthy amount of stress. By using the power of stress, your performance will increase tenfold. Not if you are stressed out, though. Without stress, our minds are blunt and rusted. I hope he dies of stress. Alright, caller on the line. How long have you been playing this? Okay. I've just taken a day off waiting for an engineer that I paid to come and fix my phone line, and he didn't even turn up. I just wasted an entire day. Oh. Yeah. That sounds promising. But I have no idea what I'm supposed to deal with, what I'm not supposed to deal with. But this does sound like this is something that's supposed to be in a different department. If you have an appointment with someone that's supposed to come out, that's not us. But I do want to apologize. I wonder if he'll apologize if I transfer. Risky business. Yes, see, normally, okay, so from what I remember, you apologize for whatever the issue is, right? From the jump, whatever the issue is, I'll apologize for that. I would be upset if that happened to me too. Let me get you to the right department. Okay, so what can we do? I have a customer on the line. He said that he has not received an engineer visit. Nothing to do with us. How is that? I mean, it could be a different department, but this is why your engine. We fired. Well, I can offer you a refund. No, I don't want that. So what do you want? That's it. Put complaints on the line so I can get you fired. Call ended. You right. That call ended. How are you finding it so far? Customers are a pain. Customers can be tricky, I know, but you just remember that you never know what the customers are going through when they are calling you. It's important to let them vent their anger and let them know you are willing to listen to their frustrations. Show that you are listening to them and be empathetic at all times. I see my job as helping all those customers, and each one that is left upset or angry is a failure on my part. Remember, well, you're going to experience quite a few failures. Remember, the most important thing is to keep a positive and open mind. You can do anything you set your mind to. Even though, no, I can't. Oh, come on. Yo, see, this is the thing that's throwing me off. I don't know how you do it. Now I'm cheerful. Oh, he's talking to her. I suppose it's too much. To crack this job, I suppose you would have to be a sociopath to be unaffected by the tough calls. Sociopaths. If you're struggling, then in order to succeed, you must give up your humanity. Give up on what it means to be a living person. Only then can you have the fortitude to be a good call center agent. Now he's being real. Hello, my children are over here with me for the weekend. I had them for this weekend. The thing is, I only get them for a few days at a time, and now that me and my wife are divorced. We got divorced just recently. I thought things were going well between us, but it turns out things weren't going well. See, this is another thing that can happen, right? You have people that call in that, kind of want to talk a little bit, and sometimes they share a little too much, right? I had a woman call me before. I can't even say this because this YouTube was, woman called me, older lady called me and told me about some of her days as a younger person where some explicit things happened to her. And told me the whole thing, the whole story. And just cause. Had nothing to do with the product, the company, nothing. But you get that. We got divorced. It started after see what I'm saying? It started after she told me she was seeing someone and even spent one night sleeping on his coach. When I asked her why she didn't come home that night, she told me she was sleeping on the couch of someone else, on the couch of someone she was seeing. I mean, it started that she was seeing someone and even spent one night sleeping on his couch. Okay. That how I found out that she was cheating on me. Well, I mean, her seeing someone, yeah. I thought things were going well between us, but I guess it wasn't because she was seeing someone. So she left me. Now we divide the time the children spend with us. They are here with me right now. We do this because of, obviously, we do this because of the divorce. I thought things, you just keep repeating yourself. I thought things were okay between us, but I see it comes to this. Now the internet has been acting up, finally. The internet has been acting up by being very slow. My children have complained about it, so it needs sorting. Now that's just being a jerk. Why did you have to give me your life story? Keep that in your head. I suppose I'm sorry to hear that. See, we fired. I can only imagine how difficult it must be for you. Are you married? No. You never know when things. Oh, okay. I thought he was about to say, like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You never know when things are not going well. If you pay attention, you notice. One day things appear to be great, but then out of the blue, your wife tells you that she's been seeing someone. Seeing this is how you know when someone. We about to have a moment. This is how you know when a person ain't been paying too much attention to their spouse, right? Now that can happen because you on cloud nine and you just your head's in the clouds and you just think everything's just so hunky dory because that's how you feel, right? Or because you're so focused on other things that you don't pay attention, right? But yeah, it's a sign that you have not been paying attention to your spouse because if for your spouse to be seeing someone, normally there's a change in how they act towards you. You might notice changes in their patterns, their moods, where they, if they're coming home later than normal, or they're staying out doing different things, whatever. Normally there is kind of a sign or signs that stuff is happening. But if you don't see the signs, that means you wasn't paying attention. It was kind of on you, and maybe you weren't paying attention for a while before they started messing around. Sometimes that's how that starts out. One day things appear to be great, but then out of the blue, your wife tells you that she's been seeing someone and spent the night sleeping on their couch. Hey, you finally got it, sleeping on their couch. I still remember our wedding day, till death do us part. Well, I guess that was a lie. I guess so too. This dude don't know what to say. Pretend to care. You could care for real. How would I respond? I'm so sorry to hear that that's happened, and I've never been through a divorce before, but I can only imagine, how hurtful that would be to have someone mess around on you, so on and so forth.
Man, you corny!
Right. I'm sorry to hear about the situation that you were in. I think that would kind of be fun if the player could input what they want to say in response. That maybe, but that would be a whole nother thing. I think what would be best to remedy your internet problem is turning the router off and on again. I have tried that already and it didn't work. It was the last agent I called before you who told me to turn the router off and on again. I explained to her that I have just recently. This is real. I can't even hope this is real. Some people go through stuff and they kind of circle back through whatever the issue. They keep going in that circle, and that's when you kind of have to, you have to try to empathize and then move the conversation forward as far as your progress through what you're supposed to be trying to do. I've tried that already and it didn't work. Yeah. I explained to her that I had just recently been divorced from my wife, or I should say ex-wife, now that I am divorced. I really wonder what it was that didn't work out between us that made her decided to see someone else and then ask me for a divorce.
Bruh.
As I was explaining all this to the last agent, and how I have the children for the weekend now that me and my wife are divorced. So we have to take turn having the children over at our place, and that is that the internet is slow. I think the line accidentally went dead, so I had to call up tech support again. They probably hung up. I don't think that was accidentally. All right. Inquire about the number of devices being used. Slow internet can often be a result of too many devices being active at the same time. So let me ask what devices you have that are connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's see now. There's a laptop, phone, another phone, and another phone. Game console, iPad. I think we might have 2 iPads. Did I say game console? Yes, you did. How many kids do you have? That's rude, sir. I brought my children these. I bought. See, I'm not going to know how to read after I get done with this. I bought my children these things to make them look forward to staying over with. Oh, so you the dad that buys the kids a whole bunch of stuff. Normally, never mind, shut up. I look forward to them staying over with me, and now that me and my wife are divorced.
Bruh.
This might be my last call. Now that me and my wife are divorced, so we have to take turn to spend time with the children, which wouldn't happen if she hadn't left me. I thought things were going so well between us. I still remember our wedding day, till death do us part. Well, I guess that was a lie. Advise customer to turn off some. No, I can't do that. Sorry, my children will be very unhappy if we did that. You see, they are. Stop, man. No, I can't do that. Sorry, my children would be very unhappy if we did that. You see, they are only here, only over here for the weekend because of how me and my wife had gotten a divorce. So we had to take turn having the children over. My ex-wife has a family dog. Now we add in new stuff. My ex-wife has a family dog, so my children prefer to stay with her, and if they can't even use all of their electronic devices, then who is to say that they will even want to come back next week? Are you not a good father? Are you not there? This could be the reason that your wife left you.
Emotional damage.
You're not even connecting with your kids. You don't need devices. I mean, that helps. But you gotta, take them to the park or something, or go do something fun with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Make it, make the experience nice, so they'll look forward to coming to spend time with their dad. You obviously just got this wedge between you and everybody else. Look at me. I'd have a talk show. Wait, did I even finish reading all that? See, call center have you giving out all sorts of advice. You might, you know what I'm saying? You might, if you got it like that, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. This is the customer. I'm sorry, what was it you said? To turn off some of the devices off? Yeah, no, that is not what I want to hear. That will only make the kids complain even more and want to go stay with their mother instead. We're divorced. Now you see. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. Upgrade. How much will that cost? You will end up paying an extra $11 a month. That's not bad for an upgrade, depending on how good the upgrade is. Hey, I can hear you about to do a sales. Go on, nail it. It will look great on your performance. Yeah. I had to think about it. I'll call back. You're gonna call back? Look, see, now this is where, and this ain't me. I mean, maybe if I was to work a call center nowadays and I didn't care, I might, I might say something. Look, sir, you done already told me about how your kids need their devices to work right. You want them to have a good experience being with, at your house, so they'll come back. Man, just come on. It's just $11. We can just get it done real quick. You know what I'm saying? Within the next 15 minutes, half hour, your internet will be upgraded. Your children will be happy. They'll have all their devices working at excellent speed, no problems. They'll love coming over to your house and spending time with you. Right now, he chooses to be brief. See, I probably would have worked. Oh, call his bluff. Well, we're not going to threaten him, and we can't just offer a discount because we don't. Do we even have the power to offer a discount? Call his bluff. Beg. That's throwing me off. I don't understand what call his bluff means though. Like, are we gonna be like, nah, man, like what I just said? Beg him to the side now. I don't feel like we even have to beg. We just gotta just remind him of what he's going through. There ain't no begging, but I feel like that might be what call his bluff will do. But I don't know. Well, this one seems more clear to me, but see, yeah. Begging is not. We don't beg. We don't beg. Especially in a situation like this, there's no need to beg. You got them right where you want them. Talking about, please, I need this sale. Don't nobody say that. I know you're just going to call back and buy the upgrade anyway, so why not just help me out? I'll think about it. Customer hangs up. See, I wish I knew what each response was going to look like, because I would have went with call his bluff, but again, I don't know what that actually means. I don't know what that. Feel. So your username is B for boring, E for everything, S for something, T for thangy, G for goblet, U for right. All right, this is probably gonna be the last one. This should have been a short game play, whatever. But what I'm saying, we had fun. I had fun with this. I might do some more. Hello, this is embarrassing and somewhat personal, but I have a problem. We don't. Okay. I have a 19-year-old son. He has no job and no life. All he does is spend all day and night on his computer. I want him out of his room and away from the internet. So you want me to turn the internet off? Since I am the one in charge of this account, I figured that I can enable parental controls. That way he can access to the internet all night long. Oh, you think he's doing, because he's 19 and he, okay. Okay. Maybe this will make him want to look for a job and move out to a place that has unrestricted internet. That's a good strategy, Don't make it easy for him. If it's time for him to move on, you know what I'm saying? So, can you please activate parental control for me with all the restriction I've asked for? Absolutely, pretend. No, we about to do that. And all sorted. Will that be everything? Yes, thank you. That will be all. I like that call. Phil, he might be out of here pretty soon. He might be out of here before I am. No, sir, the customer is not always right. In fact, in my experience, I find that 99% of all customers are not right. Look, let me tell you something about the history of the idea that the customer is always right. Yo, I've never worked on a call center where we could just say what we want to say like that. But if I did see someone talking like this, and that's a-okay. I am no longer worried about getting fired, and I'm gonna let loose. I'm gonna get a little bit more relaxed in how I handle, customers and stuff like that. Cause this dude, I can't remember how long he's been here, but he ain't gonna be here too much longer. If he would be done probably the end of the day. This would be his last day if this is a serious call center. You see some guy sitting high above us in some corporate office decided. Oh, you see some guy sitting high above us in some corporate office decided that we needed some snappy slogan to make the customer feel valued. And so as a result, he came up with the greatest lie ever told. I can't say I don't agree. Now, that is no attitude to have. Shut up, Sebastian. Go sit down or go help Phil. Right, I didn't even say anything. Being a great call center agent starts with a sense of pride. Was this dude not just talking about how you had to become like this dead thing, a zombie, in order to, when dealing with the customer, you must reassure them that you are on their side. You must remind them that you are a professional. Nay, you must remind yourself that you are a professional. Yeah, that's true. Be calm at all times, organized and speedy, empathetic and warm, knowledgeable and adaptable, patient and positive. I want a call to save me from that. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, we got a call. Okay, last one. Caller on the line. Hello? Yes, hello. How can I help? I think my mom accidentally turned on. Oh! No way! This is the kid. Or by kid, I mean 19-year-old. This is the... I think my mom accidentally turned on parental controls on the internet. That was no accident. Can you turn it off? And let you continue being a disappointment to your parents? Absolutely not, sir. You are not. I'm sorry, kid. This is your mommy's. That's bogus. And you call him a kid. He's 19, right? Grown man. Legally. I'm sorry, kid, but this is your mommy's account, and you're going to need her permission to change things. Okay? Well, that went well. All right. I'm done, cuz. Oh, I'm about to say. Okay. I don't know what that was. Maybe the game knew I was done. I guess we gonna say they gave us 5 slots. Why? It saved that easy? Oh yeah, it sure did. Okay. Message skip, hide message. What does that even mean? Back to the title screen? Yeah. And it's just the one background. But, I mean, this game cost me almost nothing. And matter of fact, I think this is fairly new. Like, this is like, I think there was one that's been around for a minute, and then there's one that's like brand spanking new. I think this might be the brand new game. So hopefully, they add more to it. Because, I mean, like I said, I looked up call center simulation games, and there only 3 came up. Like, if somebody could put something together, and if you guys know of anything, another game like this where it's already polished and put together, let me know. Because this right here, I feel like this would be a gold mine. If somebody it's like I said, especially with all the different simulation games that's out now, and I think simulation games are pretty popular. Somebody comes through with this and puts it together real good, that'd be a fire game. Because you could, especially if it's like gets to the point where you can talk and respond to stuff, you know, like it'd be a fire game. That would be fire. I think that would be well received by gamers. So yeah. So that's gonna do it for this. I can't believe that the time went as fast as it did. That's crazy, because this is, to me, this is kind of one of those games where you kind of mess around in, 15 minutes, maybe half hour. But yeah. But anywho, with that being said, this has been the call center. If you guys like this video, please leave a like and let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. Because this is something I can just do whenever, pick it up, let it go, come back to it, whatever. It's that kind of a game. I think it's pretty dope, and hopefully the developer is still working on some stuff, building it up, because again, it has no sound, right? And something like this, you at least want to hear the customer, because again, you can read stuff in all caps and you can kind of have a voice in your head on what you think it sounds like, whatever. But it's not as good as what it would be if the words had a voice to them, right? Or at least have some kind of background music or something. But we'll see what happens with this. I had fun today, and as always, God bless, keep each and every one of you. Thanks for rocking with me. I'll see you guys in the next video. God bless and keep you. Peace.